Since the market opened on Monday, I've been looking for a fresh trade on the NASDAQ and also on US30, but the market has been playing hard to get. So I haven't really found a fresh entry yet, but on our gold trade, we are still locked in on our swing position. And I am looking forward to adding positions onto this gold trade using the very simple strategy that I showed you guys. I'm going to execute this trade and write it on with the inner circle. So we need to understand just one thing, that trading on a 4-hour time frame is going to come with a lot of waiting for confirmation. And you know, all of that waiting for confluence and all, but actually I am racing against the clock, literally about to hop on a plane to a brand new city. And I also need to get flowers for my mom. I'm going to pick up my mom and my brother at the airport. I will go to a different city for our family vacation that we've been planning for quite some time now. So I mean, that's going to be really nice. Hey guys, it's 25 minutes past 12. It's already a new day, Wednesday, and this is our first trade. Now we're already up plus 140 pips, but there's nothing I can do about this because guess what? The market is closed. Hopefully when the market opens, we'll still be sitting in good profit. I've added these trades to my gold trade. This was the trade that I held over the weekend from last week. We have almost a similar setup again on the NASDAQ, but I took this trade by myself in my own personal account. As you can see, why? Because we were having a build up right at a trend line, right now. I'll face resistance at this level. If we break out our add positions, then we ride it up to the top, and that's exactly the same, type of setup that we have on gold. So that's pretty much what we're looking like for the week. We'll just hold these trades and see how eventually closes, right? So that's good night from me. We're about to go jet skiing today, but the weather wants to ruin our plans. But then, to say the least, I see a really good potential trade, a promising setup on the NASDAQ. As soon as it's ready, I'm going to drop it in the inner circle as a signal or as a limit order because, it's all about waiting when you're trading. But today, we're just trying to have a chilled, fun day with my little brother. He's a car fanatic. And today I'm also going to take him to the dealership to check out some wheels. We're about to head out right now so that he can pick out the car that he wants. And no, I am not buying it yet. We're just going to see which one he'll fancy so that we can use that for the rest of the time that they'll spend here. And I'm even going to show you guys some of the cars that I'm interested in because you know that I love cars. And after that, obviously, if the NASDAQ is done, we're going to take the trade. If it's not, we're still going to wait for it and we'll head straight to the beach so that we can go and do some jet skiing. All we're gonna do is we're gonna check out these cars. We're gonna just look to see, which ones we like. You know me, I want the Lamborghini Urus all day, every day. This guy is ugly, no offense. Personally, myself, I don't like the shape of this car. I like the Rolls Royce Spectra and the Cadillac. This is the Escalade. I used to like an Escalade until I went into the G-Wagon, right? I used to like an Escalade, but I like big cars, right? So when I went into the G-Wagon, I could not see. When I'm driving the G-Wagon, I can't see, I have to be so I don't think I haven't driven the Escalade yet, but I think if I do, I will not like the way it drives. Out in the street, they call it murder. Camp with the thugs and camp. Crown up in a van back. It's in a your handbag. Your knapsack, it in a your backpack. This melody your girlfriend contact. You don't like a small Lamborghini?
I will never like Christmas. Never.
Why? Do you like the Maybach?
Yeah, maybe fine. I don't like motorcycle.
Yo guys, it's a problem. Like looking for a car. This guy here. right? And it's just a car to use for a few days for his stay. It's not even like a car for, you get it. But I think we're gonna go with the Maybach. Alright guys, so which car did you like?
The Maybach.
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 It's called Maybach.
Maybach.
Bach.
So we came out here ready to go on the hydro bikes, right? And do you know what happened? We got here and they said that they cannot give out the hydro bikes to people that do not have a Russian passport. Bruh. So we have to either go and get, like, I don't know how much, 250,000 rubles in cash. I said, okay, I could do the transfer on my phone, like send it to them. They said, no, it has to be cash. So it's just one of those things where you have to just get the message. You know, it was a 1 hour 30 minutes drive from the house to this place. I'd never been to this beach before, so yeah, that's really crazy, but it is what it is. We just have to go. All right, so this is us. We couldn't actually go on the bikes and all, but it's all good. It happens. We won't get discouraged, right? We're not going to get discouraged. We'll look for the next location and see if we can actually get something there, but it's not going to be today. I think it'll be another day. That'll be for another day, right? So that's about it. I have given 2 signals at the same time. Why? Because we are having 2 support levels, and literally you can see that this is a support area here where the market rejected when it got there, and then we also have another support where the market was consolidating at this point. The market has gone up to the top, it has come back to the support area, and we expect it to reject off of this zone because we are on an uptrend. So what I did is I've given the limit order, which is our support area, and here is the trade that we've just executed right now, market execution in the inner circle. And we are obviously not risking a lot on this first trade because we have that support area right there, and we're currently running plus 26 pips, as you can see, almost going to our first take profit. And just scan that the account has hit I can't get over the fact that the account has hit $10,000. I have closed 2 trades on gold. I am going to close, I think, another one. These 2 positions, I think I'll close them. So I was playing around with US30, trying to figure out how to take a trade, so I ended up taking a loss. I ended up closing some trades on red there, I think like $100 or so on US30, but you can see the trade is moving quite nicely, which is absolutely good. All right, it's like 40 something minutes later and we've just hit our 100 pip take profit. You see we're having like 40 pips. All right, we just updated the group right now. We have our 100 pip target right there. So what's just left is to let the trade run, because you know that this movement from here to there is going to be long. This doesn't happen like overnight, right? Notice I've closed my trade on gold. I've closed 1 position and I'm actually thinking of closing this one right now. Let me just do that so that we just have, these 5 trades. I'll hold gold for the longest time. You already know that we're targeting a higher, level on gold, and let these US30 trades run. For now, that's about it. Just take a look at this. Take a look at that. I'm about to close these trades right now. Gold has absolutely done its thing. Exactly what we spoke about, exactly what I said to you guys. That's just what happened on gold. Okay, listen, I was not lucky on this account, guys. I've been grinding. You've seen the videos. I've been grinding on this account for the last couple of months. Started off with around $2,000 and finally we have hit this crazy milestone. Now this is really important for me because from this moment onwards, this $10,000 is our new standard capital that I'll be trading with. So remember, we're not just trading to make pips. pips and to just, show that you've made pips. We're trading to stack up our capital to be able to trade larger accounts. And I am really content with a $10,000 account that I did not deposit from my bank account. I literally traded from around $2,000 to this $10,000, and every dollar that we'll make right now is going to be pure profit. Starting with this $900 that we have, we're sitting at $10,900, and we're going to use this $900. That's going to be our first withdrawal for the weekend. And you already saw how we got to this point. You saw the gold trade plus 1,400 pips. We've been holding this thing for almost a month now on gold, adding positions, closing some trades, and just riding this movement up to the top. And while the rest of the market was playing, while the rest of, NASDAQ, US30 giving us pips here and there, gold still delivered, and, it paid us what it owed us. And I mean, the week is pretty much over, right? I will try and see if I can get a trade for the inner circle right now on the NASDAQ or on US30. But gold, I really don't want to touch gold anymore. I've closed my trades and that's it. We'll see gold during the weekly analysis. I was trying out my strategy on the Bitcoin chart, and tell me why I have been in profit for the last 2 days, but I held those trades and now they've dropped back into drawdown. Now, this is the time when your patience as a trader is actually tested, right? So I'm actually just dealing with that Bitcoin. That's exactly what I'm looking at right now. As you can see, we are in drawdown. Well, I mean, I will show you guys later when I'm analyzing. And nevertheless, you can see the smile on my face because we just hit an incredible milestone on Friday with that gold trade. You already saw how we traded that account from $2,000 to $10,000, and that is going to be our capital that we're trading with for the rest of the time until we grow and grow and grow the account. But it's a beautiful Sunday, and if you're new, find the channel for the first time, welcome. We trade the NASDAQ over here. If you're returning, welcome back. You know what's up. Don't forget to hit that like button, turn your post notifications, and subscribe to the channel. You know that this week is NFP week. The first Friday of every month is NFP. That means that the market is going to be super volatile, and we love it when the market is volatile, do we not? Because you know that is when we get a lot more opportunities in the market. And that is going to start on Monday. No, Monday is actually a holiday. So that means that there is little to no volatility on the charts on Monday. But after that, the rest of the week is jam-packed with news, meaning it's going to be a beautiful week. Now let's go over into the chart. It's almost at break even right now, as you can see here. But this drop, this was really unexpected when I saw it. But you can see how it is. It's just a simple uptrend that we are having. Let's just go over onto our favorite chart for the meantime. Gold. You already know that NASDAQ is always going to be my favorite chart, but gold, I like gold because look at this, guys. We really did this. This was the trade. We took it right from this area. Remember, this was literally almost a zero drawdown type of trade. I shared this from the very beginning of the movement. It was a limit order in the inner circle. Last week, I told you guys that we're going to break out of this area. As soon as we break out, we should ride it up to the top because it's going to wash out all of that level. Now, what are beginner traders doing right now? They're selling at this position, right? They're really selling because gold has gotten to a resistance level. And, when I started trading, that's exactly what I used to do, right? I would sell and expect the market to just drop a little bit and then, I'll take profit or something like that. But that is such a rookie move to make, right? Because just because the market has hit its highest peak, it doesn't mean that it's ready to go back down, right? So that's exactly what we're looking at. Where are these people putting their stop losses? They're putting their stop losses in these areas. Some people are going to just put them, let's say, right at this level. Others will guide them with this area. They're going to put their stop loss above this zone. And other traders are actually going to put their stop losses slightly above again here because they'll be like, oh, I'm considering this level. Let me put it slightly above. And then in this area, we're going to have people that are selling and selling and selling. Then we'll have those breakout traders that are going to actually buy as soon as the market breaks out at this level. Where will they place their stop loss in this area? Those are the things that you should ask yourself before just jumping into a trade. So as for me, I have left the trade. It's either you should be already in this trade for you to ride the buying movement when these stop losses are going to get swept out, or to wait for a really good confirmed entry again to join the movement. What does that mean? We have to wait for gold to break out of this area, then give us a good retest into a good point of interest, right? Then we'll ride it up from there. Now, simply buying at this level just because we want to wash out all of these stop losses doesn't make any sense because we do not have a good spot to put our stop loss, right? We can't really put our stop loss right in this area because it's a support zone, right? We can't put it right at this area also because it's another support zone. So we have to be patient really with gold at this level to really break out, give us good support levels and will then join the movement. But that's it on gold for me. I am not really looking forward to doing anything on it because I have already milked and obliterated gold with all of you guys, and I hope you really enjoyed that. Right, let's go on to the NASDAQ. You can see that it's sitting at a good support area, right? This is the first confluence that we have on this trade, and then we're also having a trend line that it broke out of, that it should retest. Right now it can retest at the level where it is currently because that is a support area, or it can come into this area to retest from this particular level at this bottom, because this is also part of the trend line. So we really don't know where it's going to retest from, but that's exactly what you probably want to wait for on the NASDAQ. And obviously if it does now come here, you would have something like this trend line guiding you so that you can bounce back up to the top with it. Now if that doesn't happen and we still want to look for a trade, is to then wait for it to break out of this area and then ride it up to the all-time highs, which is highly unlikely, because if we go over onto the daily time frame, we can see that the sellers on the NASDAQ have started to step into this market, right? They are really threatening. From August 12th to August 29, you can clearly see that the sellers have been really dominating in this market, right? So it might tell us that this area is a really strong one. So we want to really be careful at that zone. Let's go over onto US30, which is an absolute beauty that you're seeing right over here. The only thing I don't like about US30 is it literally missed my limit order. So I had given this as a limit order in the inner circle, and I think you've seen earlier in the video when I did explain these two support areas, right? So that's basically it. I don't even really have to ruin this analysis on US30. You can see that this is a trend line that is guiding it, is going back to try and retest the all-time highs. Look at the type of rejection that it's giving in this zone. So it's telling us that this is a really strong support area, right? You can see how the market has gotten into that area and has just pushed back. The buyers are in control at that level, and we'd expect it to keep pushing up to the top. But the only boring thing that is, it just couldn't just drop a little bit to just trigger my limit order and just push up to the top with my inner circle. Would be sitting at a good, let's say, 350 pips if it had just triggered us, because that's the 4-hour time frame, right? That's a really big movement, on US30. But then that's about it for this week also. I don't think it's just still has to respect these support areas that I have marked up here, and if it does come back to this area, we have to wait for it to break out of that zone, or if it reverses from where it is, this area is still a good support area. I'll look forward to buying from that zone. And that's about it. Nothing complicated at all, as usual. Now if you did enjoy the video and you found the breakdown helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, turn your post notifications, and subscribe to the channel. You feel me with that? It's been Tino, and I'll see you guys in the next lit video. Love you guys.